Hello YouTube. So today's shoes are the Norwegian Split Toe Blucher by Alden. These are in Cigar shell Cordovan and are on the Barrie last. They have a nice thick double oak sole, 270-degree welt, and these are finished on the edge of the sole in their antique finish. These are quite a few years old and have held up pretty well. They're extremely comfortable, and in one of my other videos somebody asked what I wear these with, and so here's a good indication of what I wear them with. These are actually some Levi's 501 shrink to fit raw denim jeans, so that gives you a good indication. I also just walked over and got some lunch, and so this is a good opportunity to talk about what happens to leather soles when they get wet, because it's a little bit drizzly out, and I wear these shoes pretty informally, much like I do today, and so they get a lot of water on them. And basically what happens when leather soles get wet is they just get a little damp. My feet never feel wet on the inside of the shoes, and eventually they dry. Now I imagine if I was out walking all day through puddles and so forth, that these would eventually soak through and I would feel some dampness inside the shoe, but for just kind of normal ducking in and out of the rain purposes, no problems at all. Now if that is something that bothers you, you can of course put the toppies on the soles and that'll fix it. Or when you get them resoled, you can have them put some sort of a rubber sole on it. So again, this as I mentioned, these, I've been walking around in them all day, so this may also be a good opportunity to see some of the blooming that shell Cordovan does. So you can see the oils coming out of the leather, right? And I mentioned that in some of my other videos, but on the brown shoes it tends to show up really well. And so here's some examples of that. And basically that's just the oil coming out of the leather as it gets squeezed out as I walk. So you see the creases, and that's just the oil coming out. You brush it and it goes right away. And as I mentioned before in some of my other videos, I actually take that as an indication that the shell Cordovan itself is nice and supple and will last a long time, because if it has that much oil in it, then it's not going to dry out and crack. So these shoes, I think they're actually very comfortable. I think they're very good looking, and I hope to get many more years out of them, even before their first resole. And probably these should stand up for 3 to 4 resoles. So you're looking at maybe a 20 to 30 year shoe here, if I continue to treat them right and don't do something stupid and hurt them. The Norwegian split toe nomenclature comes from the actual stitching that you see on top of the toe of the shoe. And I'm not sure what exactly makes it Norwegian, but that's just what they're known as. Alden hand stitches theirs, and that's why you see it looks kind of bumpy. They do that with their shell Cordovan indie boots as well. I'll show you those in a few days. If you have questions, let me know. Hope you enjoy. These are some of my most comfortable shoes, so I certainly enjoy.